Baie goeiemôre Suid-Afrika. Very good morning. It is 9 o'clock. Molweni umzansi, molweni, halala, salam alaikum. To everybody this morning. Baie goeiemôre and to all the people joining us indeed from across the world. Just a couple of good mornings. It's Wednesday, 9 o'clock, South African time. Coming from a Cape Town that's a bit windy. Had a bit of rain, hierso in die Weskaap, 'n bietjie reën gehad, en dit is die seëning van die Here, wat ons altyd reg kry, en ek hoop die boere, ons boere daar buite kry, al die seënwense van ons, as die mense wat elke dag wakker word, en u kos eet, ons middagetes eet, en ons aandete eet. Mense vergeet partymal, 'n boer is kos, 'n boer is toekoms, 'n boer is 'n nasie. 'n kontinent en 'n wêreld. So ek wou miskien net ooppak vanoggend met 'n klein innerlike gebed aan al ons boere, to all our farmers. Jy weet as julle daarso is in die stof en julle doen julle ploeg en julle doen julle pluk en julle doen julle verpakking deur al die droogtes, deur al die wind, die haal, die gebeure vir reën. Wil hierdie land vir julle sê vandag baie dankie. I want to take an opportunity, sommer in the beginning, to on behalf of the Republic of South Africa, the leadership which are absent, a word of thanks to the farmers of this country. In actual fact, the farmers of the world. But today I'm a South African, and I am proud of our farmers. If you agree with me, put up those likes, put up those hearts. This is a message to every single farmer in this country that wakes up, has to plow, has to reap what he sowed. The prayers they have for rain are always in God's hands. The dust, the drought, from all of us, you can see some hearts going up here. This is to every farmer in our country. And the families of those farmers. Just wanted to say, this morning I realized that the coffee, the sugar, the milk, the Rice Krispies, the Pro Nutro, the Kellogg's, whatever you have, the grapes, the eggs, the bread, the toast, the bacon, this is a farmer. And I've got a lot of farmer friends. And today I thought I'll just wake up that this country loves you. Ons land is mal oor ons boere. Wat boer elke dag om ons kos op die tafel te sit. So die Here se seëning saam met julle. Good morning everybody. Marin, ons is op 237 vinnig. Peter Bates, all the way from UK. Love you. Good morning. Marit, Chris, Trish, Rashida. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Hope to make sure that you get today. Sharisi, hello. My meisie gaan dit goed. Denise, the rock of the UIM. Solid Denise. Thank you for sticking. Hey, Denise, feels like, it feels years, eh? It doesn't feel like 2 years ago that we started this movement, and less than a year ago, a party, and now in government and preparing for 2024, Denise. And God's going to give you grace so that every minute of the day you are with us. And there, Paul, very good morning. So many that we need to greet. So ek gaan nou direk besigheid toe. Suid-Afrika, hierdie is ons weeklikse analogie van die week wat verby is, en 'n bietjie van 'n visie van 'n week wat kom. Anders as alle politieke leiers en alle politieke partye praat ek met jou. Ek praat al met u, die mense daar buite, vir die afgelope 2 jaar non-stop, deur dik en dun, deur op en af, deur COVID en verlossing. Dink as ons is getroud. Through thick and thin. Kyk, ons is al deur goed in hierdie plek, hoor. Kom ek sê gou vir jou. 'n man sê vir my die ander dag, Neil, jy het gekalmeer, jy het 'n bietjie statigheid gekry, jy's kalm, jy's nie meer so uitbarstig nie, jy's besig om 'n politikus te raak. Toe sê ek vir hom, wow. Sê vir hom, oom, ek gaan nou vir jou 3 goed sê. I will never be a politician in the jacket. I'm a people's person. Ek's 'n mens. I'm an activist, 'n aktivis in alles wat ek doen. So dankie, maar politiek gaan nie by my pas nie. Ek sê vir hom nommer 2, ek is deur en saam met. I have been with so many of you. Denise, Cherise, Dina, our Vice President, Fatima, Steve Spencer, Cindy, our SG Jock, the other people that joined us, all our people that come net Kali, Eugene, when you get into names, Ronnie, everybody that I'm just putting in my mind, Zenda, yourself that are there, Kali, we have been through a lot. You and me. Ons is deur baie. Aanvalle, gemors, mense wat jou afbreek. And it didn't work. Sorry, Dan Sanin, stem saam met my, dit het nie gewerk nie. Valerie, it never worked. The UIM stuck together. Why? Because look at our emblem. Our emblem is magnificent. It's the colors of the rainbow. It's a compass for direction. It's unity as a grouping together. And if you take the colors away, it's the peace sign. Has anybody ever told you what the UIM logo stands for? Het enige iemand, wel kom die president van die UIM en die persoon wat hierdie gecreate het, kom ek sê gou vir jou wat dit beteken. Hierdie embleem, daar's gedagtes ingesit. Hierdie embleem is nie net getrek omdat dit mooi lyk nie. No. Hierdie embleem beteken baie. En ek wil vir u miskien net vanoggend gou verduidelik. Ons besluit ons is die reënboognasie. Ons diversiteit, our diversity in this country brings us to a rainbow color. It's here. That's us. That's the people. So the colors here depict not just our flag, not just our unity, but also whom we are. We are an entity that is so diverse, yet unified. Secondly, we wanted a direction. This country must move up. We've had enough of down. So we will always together move up, move forward, but as one, as a unified grouping. Thirdly, if you take that part there, it's the organs, not the organs, it is the organs, it is the chapel organ that I saw one day in one of the most beautiful churches in the world, which is built by a famous guy called Gaudi, and it is in Barcelona, and it is a massive church, and it has the biggest organ that I've ever seen, and it depicted my vision of Christ. This big, this humongous, this unified, stylish, beautiful, filled with light instrument that plays songs that we sing to God. So this is the cathedral. This is cathedral. This is mooi kyk. It looks like a cathedral. So that's in our logo because of our dependence on Christ. And then finally, if you take all the colors away, all of it, if you take all the colors away and you look at it, then you are left with the international sign of peace. And that's what our country wants. So the first thing I want to address to you today is the military veterans of our country. If you're a military veteran, as jy 'n militêre veteraan is, of jy is in die polisie en jy is 'n veteraan, then we've got good news. We are starting a project where we as the UIM, remember United Independent Movement, where we would like to get to know our military veterans. There can be no doubt that the people that served pre-1994, myself, and people that served after 94 and then retired, our military veterans, are not being taken care of. They are being put aside, and there is absolutely no one that cares. Niemand wat omgee nie. So they can now run around and verify who they want to verify and talk who they want to, But our people that served sometimes 16, 17, 18, 19 years old children. Because what are you before you are 21? You see, South Africa, we that put the uniform, I went into uniform in 1987. And I was 18 years old. Ek wil dit gou vir u sê. In 1987, ek het in 1986 uit die skool uit, en 1987 op die ouderdom van 18 is ek grens toe. Nou hierdie storie wat ek vir julle nou vertel, is nie uniek nie. I'm not unique. Julle sit en kyk vir my vandag, julle het seuns, julle het dogters, julle het paas en maas wat in die weermag was. Hier in die 60s, 70s en 80s en 90s. Julle sit daar, julle kyk vir my. En daar's baie van u wat vir my sit en kyk, wat oor die ouderdom is van 50, wat 1 jaar of 2 jaar, party het al kortdiens aangesluit en beklei het in die weermag. Ek was 18 jaar oud toe ek grens toe is. Hier's baie mense hier. There's a lot of people that are looking at me now that have got problems. Okay? If you are like me that spent most of your life in the service of a uniform or of government or security cluster, you can't be all okay. All right? So this is a message to the military veterans. We know what you are going through because we are you. So the question is, nou dat ons 'n hele 5 generasies grens toe gestuur het ons gedink dat hierdie ouetjies gaan terugkom van die grens? Did we think that these people will come back from the borders of Angola, the borders of Zim, the borders of Mozambique, where we had to fight before 94? Do you think that all of those people are okay? You see, South Africa, here's something I want to tell you. They're not okay. You are talking to walking wounded. Julle praat van mense wat rondloop in ons gemeenskap en hulle is seer. Have you never thought why people at the age of 50 and 60 and 70, some in God's grace 80, that had to go to fight, no matter the cause, why do they drink? Why do they overdrink? Why do they lose their temper? Why do they get road rage? Why do they get irritated? Not an excuse, but I'm asking you, have you never thought of that? The average white man in this country that is roughly between the ages of 45 and up today served in the army, and most of them pre-94, let's call it pre-90, 1988, 1989 was the last of the border war. Now, anybody that served 1989 back, if you were in the military, the possibility is that you went to the border. Fernando, 1987, my year as well. Steve, 1976, the big onslaught in Angola and Luanda. So the question is, do you not understand that the people have, a lot of them have post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTS, and we never thought of that. You see, we took our people, we took them to war, we brought them back, and they went to go back into society. Because in those days, it was soft. It was seen as you being a softie if you asked for help. Ja. In the 80s, 70s, 60s, manne was manne, ne? Piet, manne was manne. En die manne wat op die grens was, hulle het nie net rondgeloop nie, hulle het gesien hoe mense doodgaan, hulle het gesien oorlog, en vandag is hulle 50, 55, 60, 66, en jy kyk om, maar jy weet nie wat hier aangaan nie. I'm sorry, I'm taking time on this, because I'm suffering that. Doesn't matter who you are, stories van rekkies en hierdie groot manne, selfs daai manne, hulle het seer, hulle is stil. No one took care of them. It's time that this country makes right what it destroyed, and that is putting people in war, and then bringing them back and asking them to just become who they were before, without consulting if they're okay. And that's what we've got in this country. There's families that lost sons. Daar's families wat hier kyk, wat mense verloor het, seuns verloor het, broers, paas. Hoe voel hulle nie vandag nie? I mean, we all knew when you finish school, you either go to jail, you go to study, or you go to war. To those that went to war, respect for you today. We need to sort out how do we look after each other. How do we really, really look after each other? Because the emails that I'm getting, the people that are writing to me, die mense wat daagliks na my toe skryf, van dat ek begin praat het oor militêre veterane. Maak nie saak watter kant nie. Ons moet by mekaar staan en met mekaar begin praat sodat ons vrede in hierdie land kan kry met ons. Nou, it's a dying breed. Die mense wat op hierdie oomblik in die weermag was voor 1994, ons raak nie jonger nie. We are dying consequence. The veterans are dying consequence. And many of them will die in the sense of never finding that release, that freedom. So today I just wanted to bow my head in respect to all the military veterans that served in uniform in this country, no matter what side. I will continue saying that, no matter what side, no matter what side. Because it is that side that kills us. It's that division of enemy that gives people problems. And that's not right. So, respek aan julle wat aangegaan het met die lewe, maar wat in tye nie lekker is nie, wat in tye van depressie en daai goedes ook is. Baie respek vir julle. My announcement today is the creation of the United Independent Military Veterans Association of South Africa. We are going to unite all military veterans, all sides, because maybe it's time that not only white, but also black, and not only black and white, but our colored members that served in the color corps, that served in the liberation entities should get together. Daar's een ding wat nooit gebeur het in hierdie land nie, en dit is 'n feit, and I will never stop fighting for that, and that's reconciliation. This country needs reconciliation. We've had so many truth, but we've never reconciled. So ons het almal mekaar gemoor, ons het almal mekaar beklei oor ideologie, want politieke mense het ons in sekere bokse gesit en ons geskei en doen dit nou nog. Dat ons vergeet het, ons is eintlik 'n bliksemse goeie land. Ons is 'n bloody mooi land. En dit is nie ons in hierdie land wat hierdie land op hierdie oomblik vermoor nie. Dit is daai wat geen passie meer het vir sy mense nie. Die militêre veterane van hierdie land moet verenig en ek kan dit begin. Ek hoop u het my ondersteuning. As u my kan ondersteun waar u is en u is 'n militêre veteraan, skryf asseblief vir my 'n e-pos en sê vir my wie jy is, sê vir my waar jy is, sodat ons hierdie vergaderings kan begin reël en die mense se harte begin verander. Dit is miskien nie moontlik vir ons nie, ons is miskien 'n bietjie oud, maar vir ons jong mense is dit belangrik om te sien dat mense kan verenig. If there's a cause, people can unite. So, Neil, Neil@uimsa.org. Skryf vir my. As jy 'n militêre veteraan is, skryf vir my. Waar was jy? Waar is jy? En dan sal ons terugkom na u toe, want ons wil seker maak dat hierdie woorde begin regkom. Mense gaan nou vir julle die waarheid vertel. Ons kan nie meer apart wees nie. Ons is nou die minderhede. En die minderhede kan net saam staan as alle minderhede verenig. So dis my tweede punt wat ek vandag wil doen. Ek wil praat oor die oneenigheid weer eens. So ek is hierso vandag net vir 'n paar minute om met u te praat oor vrae wat aan my gevra is. Maar ek wil vir u vra, I want to ask you today, you've got to join the UIM. We are asking you to please become a member of this hugely growing voice of reason and truth party. If you haven't joined us yet, we will put up the link. Stephen is here, Cherise is here, all our members are here. We will post our membership link. If you don't know the membership link, please go to our website, www.uimsa.org. I think it's just been posted here again. Thank you, UIM people. If you can, join us. Mense, julle moet ons join. We made more than 300,000 votes in the local government election, and we couldn't get to every town, every city, every province because of funding, but because of time. But we got seats in 3 metros in our first attempt, and we were 60 days old. Suid-Afrika, ons moet parlement toe gaan. Want as ons nou so goed doen in ons local governments, in ons metros, met 1 sitplek elk in 3 metros, can you imagine what I can do in parliament? Can you imagine if I could get there with a team, the havoc, the truth, and the light of God coming into that dark pit? I think it is time. And to do that, you need members. Ons is 'n normale party. U moet aansluit. Ons het finansies nodig. Suid-Afrika, help ons, man. We've got to get there. I can see the massive impact I'm making in a city where I've got 1 seat, but I'm involved in collectives and caucuses to speak to 24 parties. We're making a difference. Help us, because the UIM will always be you. So I've received requests that in April, myself, the Vice President Fatima Abdul, Kurt van Heerden, our youth leader, and our SG, we would like to start the first of 3 or 4 town-to-town visits. So ons wil dorp vir dorp, wil ons gaan deur hierdie land, and we promised that we will go to the places first that we did not go to before. So as u ons wil nooi, as daar akkommodasie is, as daar 'n saal is, as daar mense is, vat asseblief info@uimsa.org. info@uim, nooi ons. Maar ek soek die klein dorpies. Ek soek vir Appington nie klein dorpies nie, maar die plekke soos Appington, Kimberley, Alexander Bay, Lamberts Bay, ons was nog nie daar nie. Hier by die Weskus, Noord-Kaap, Limpopo. Mense, as julle daar is, it's a call for the people in Limpopo, it's a call for the people in the Northern Cape. Ons soek mense. Ek voel veer of julle 12 of 16 mense is. Om 'n braai, 'n vuurtjie en 'n gastehuis. Sal wat ons nodig het. So as u in die Noord-Kaap is, as julle in Appington en daai areas is daarbo, Calvinia, asseblief nooi my. Nooi ons span, ons wil 'n bietjie daai kant toe opry, sodat ons met u kan kom praat. Kry 15 of 20 mense by 'n gastehuis, ons kom. Maar stuur vir ons op info@uimsa.org die uitnodiging en hoe julle ons miskien 'n bietjie kan akkommodeer en help en wat ook al, maar ons wil kom. We want to come. It's time that the people meet the UIM. It's time that people understand what we are and whom we are and what we can get right. Because we are not the alternative. We are it. Ons is nie die alternatiewe party vir ander party nie. Ons is die party. Ons kry groot lyding. So help us. We want to go on tour in April. We need to raise some funding. If you are interested, if you've got a company, in die persoonlike hoedanigheid, as u ons kan help met die tour vir April, ons sal 'n begroting by Maandag, Cindy, our Treasurer General will put out to our SG maybe what this first tour cost will be, and then we will put it out here. We'll put our account that you can donate to see how we can get the tour going. Ons gaan nie hulp nodig hê. We want to get to those areas. Asseblief. Die toer moet kom, ons moet die mense ontmoet. Reinoud de Beer, goed om alle de Beer 'n bietjie hier te hê, so dis belangrik. Right, I'm going to quickly answer some questions from now on, every Wednesday. Before I do it, I would like to get some emails from you about questions direct so that I can answer them. I have a few here. I'm just going to go through it and then we'll get going with our Wednesday as normal human beings. Hier is 'n paar vrae wat deurgekom het en mense het dit gevra en ek het besluit ek gaan dit op hierdie platform met u deel want ek is seker u sal ook my opinie wil hoor oor hierdie goed wat aangaan. So hier gaan ons. Nommer 1. I was asked what is the opinion of the UIM on the Russia and Ukraine matter. Dit is nou daar. Ek het toe die eerste stuk het ek gesê, my opinion about the Russia-Ukraine matter will always be secondary than the people that are dying and the war that we're facing in our country. I'm not putting Russia and Ukraine down there. It has a big bearing on the world. Maar wat vir my belangrik is plaasmoord. Die 64 mense 'n dag wat op hierdie oomblik vermoor word in my land. As jy kyk na die statistieke, and a person must never ever say one death more important than the other death. No, not doing it, kry my mooi. But I'm saying, Russia and Ukraine are at war, but so is the Republic of South Africa. We are at war. So a lot of people are saying, excuse me, and I'm going, yes sir, we are at a level of domestic war. Dan sê iemand vir my, ja, regtig? Yes, you don't need tanks and members of the army to be on the streets to create the feeling of a country being at war. You just go check at the bodies. So I just want to quickly tell you, the 6 people killed in KZN yesterday, the 5 people that were gunned down in Khayelitsha yesterday, and the 8 people that were murdered over the weekend in Manenberg. Net so. And then a student killed at school, etc. Dit is in die afgelope 5 dae Suid-Afrika of big incidents that hit the news. And you know what's the worst? It doesn't hit the news anymore. They get murdered. Gunned down, 5 bodies next to each other, gunned and assassinated. South Africa, we're at war. Have you seen when they hit a cash in transit? They're using AK-47s. They're using stolen R4s, stolen R5 rifles, 9mm shotguns and bloody explosives. And you are telling me that that is just normal crime? Is jy mal? You are absolutely mad. This country is at domestic warfare. And the police, I'm sorry, due to management, you are losing the war. Now what you've got is great soldiers, great people on the ground, but what you have none is leadership. So that's why at this moment, when you ask me, what is the UIM stance on Russia invading Ukraine? It's bloody wrong, okay? Now you can sit and say what side you want to go, but it's not possible. You will not, it's never going to happen. You can never condone one entity using war against normal citizens. So I'm sorry, but you cannot ask the UIM to support a political structure of a Russia when that entity has decided to cause the death of women and children. Verby, okay? My opinion, I've got my opinion, I'm right. If you right, your opinion. But I'll tell you now, no matter the reasoning of any leader saying that he wants to use force on a population, in my opinion, you are wrong. And what my problem is that the government of South Africa have no backbone. Die president van hierdie land het 'n kleiner ruggraat as 'n pompendom visie in Madagaskar se diep oseaan. Jy, meneer die president, het geen ruggraat nie. You have no bloody backbone. And the fact that you and your cohorts, your cabal of the ANC, Communist Party, COSATU and the EFF, julle cabal, sit daar and you don't have a bloody opinion, and when you have one, you choose Russia. You're a coward. You're a coward. Because let me quickly tell you, a leader takes a decision. I'm the president of a political party that in 2024 is going to go into parliament and kick your butt. Ons gaan julle gatte skop. Watch my. We might not have power today. Ons het miskien nie genoeg krag in die UIM, want ons is net in 3 metros, maar in daai 3 metros slaan ons vir hulle, soos jy 'n goeie mens moet pakslag gee as jy met sy koekies aan in die koekie jar, die wettervorm. Ons gaan vir julle slaan, boys. We are going to take you on like we are taking you on. We might just be 3 in a local government, but we are making eruptions. So, make a decision. You know, you might not like Donald Trump, okay? But I'll tell you one thing that Donald Trump did right, except for all the other stuff. He bloody took decisions, right or wrong. This president, I've taken a decision. Finish. We are not with Russia, okay? We are with the people that are currently being multi-bombed, murdered, and executed in a country that a couple of weeks ago was at peace. How can you choose? No choice. Now you start telling me, maar ons moet nou versigtig wees, ons kan nie hier betrokke raak nie, wat se gat, okay? You got it? The United Independent Movement stands for godly peace, light and justice. And if you murder, kill, bomb children, then I'm sorry, the United Independent Movement says no. There's no choice. Now, I would like to know why you would disagree. There's no reasoning here. So klaar, ek het my nou klaar. But what is more important is, what is your stance about the murders in this country? The fact that we can kill anybody, assassinate anybody. We can shoot a professor of a university who's jogging in the morning 10 times. He's assassinated. Mense, ons moet wakker skrik. Under the United Independent Movement, I'm telling you now, like it or not, zero tolerance. Hoor my, ons gaan vir julle wetter. Maar sit ons in mag, Suid-Afrika. You are not putting us in power. I'll tell you why. You didn't maybe know us. You didn't know who we are. Maar nou sê ek vir julle, we are not a party that wants to be a political party so that we can get into parliament, so that we can get a salary. Ek stel nie belang nie. I want to get into parliament that we can viciously clean up. Attack them. Maar ons kan nie hier sit meer en ons bekke hou nie. Nou ek is onpolities, I'm non-political, ek sal sê wat ek wil sê. The fact that I'm a councillor, the president of a registered political party in this country, does not mean I'm going to keep my mouth shut and I'm going to be politically correct. Hoor gaga vir my, ek het al 26 keer gesê vir die parlementslede wat daar so is, julle almal se moere. Ek wil hê julle moet daai klip vat en dan moet julle dit vir hulle stuur. Elke lid van die parlement op rekord, jou moer man. Ek is die verkeerde ou. Ek is besig om julle te straf in hierdie local government. Ek gaan vir julle straf op nasionale level. I'm going to destroy you. And I'm going to do it with mouth, heart, God, and a bloody backbone that you've lost. Julle ANC, julle verkrimpte klein krummelpap, moertjies. Julle kan aanhou. Hoor my, listen to me, you can continue like you are, you little crab nuggets, maar ek gaan nou vir julle sê, my broer, your time is going to come at the ballot box. Julle tyd kom, TikTok, 16 maande, ons gaan vir julle verrenoveer. Now, unfortunately, we need partnership. Now, here's the second question. You are continually postponing to to finish the state of disaster. Now kyk gou kopdoekie en Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. You must hear me very well, mama. Mama, listen to me. Mamela. Molweni u Dr. Honorable. Sis ga. U Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma mamela mama nomslanje. Apa ukshaya ungqom, apa irritating, ne? Apa umzanzi, apa mawshushu at abam level. Nomslanje. Ja, kwat. Mama, Madam Minister, mamela mama. Young apa is state of disaster el dololo, el papelile. Nomslanje. Jy moet die state of disaster moet jy nou klaarmaak. You said 15th, you've just asked for another apa ufuna extension, apa nomslanje. Jy is besig om ons moere op hierdie oomblik hier te sit, né? Nou kom ek sê, hierdie volk, né? Hy maak fokke vinnig so. Nee, hy pop. Hy pop. Jy's besig om ons moer te koer. We know what you are doing. Jou ngom, apa ons kan ons ayiko usile, sê ek is nie dom nie, usile, ek is nie stupid nie, né? I was born at night, approximately 9 o'clock, but not last night. Mr. President, kopdoekie, mama, julle het 1 maand. You have 1 month. Maak hierdie ding klaar. As jy nie hierdie ding klaar is in 1 maand nie, hoor gou vir my, I'm not threatening you, I'm telling you. Then we as this country will decide on our own health. Okay? You have helped us enough now. You've helped us. You've helped us enough now. Hierdie ding moet julle moet klaarmaak. Julle moet klaar, hoor my, julle moet klaarmaak. Anders dan gaan ons dit klaar vir jou maak. Ek sê dit net vir jou. Hoor jy my? Mama. Dit gaat vir jou piets. State of disaster. Klaar. Mense, daar is nie polisie nie, hoor. This is a message to our police officers of this republic, men and women. Direct. We as this country want to officially apologize to the men and women of the South African Police Service about the embarrassment of your leadership. Now, the president of this country has removed Commissioner Sitole. Hy's weg. Ons wag nou vir Wiki. Bekkies, tafeltjie, stoeltjie, Tsele. Hy moet ook waai, né? Why are you not removing him? Why are you not removing him? Is daar iets wat ons nie weet nie? Is daar papiere wat rondloop wat ek het 'n papier, jy het 'n papier. Ek vra maar net. Because there's no doubt it's a failure. 5 people, 5 commissions, 5 groups have said go away. Gaan weg. And you're not. I have seen every day people saying to you, if the president asks you to go, will you go? And he said, I'll go. Now go, man. Go. Because the police deserve better. Am I right? The police deserve better. Leadership. Not better police. We've got brave men, brave women. Ne? So that's my opinion on policing. You can't have this amount of murders. Now you can pull stats like you want to. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. It's wrong. We need new management. Mr. President, direct to you, please look at the stats. Look at the amount of people that are dead. Look at the people dying. Please do what you said at Sona. Jy het al klaar vergeet, president, wat jy by die State of the Nation gesê het. Ek vergeet dit nie. Ek skryf dit alles neer, sodat ek jou weer kan accountable hou, né? You said dramatic changes in police and security management. So you just let the commissioner go. The report on the looting of last year did not vindicate anybody. It accused, blamed, and found guilty, in their opinion, the whole of cabinet, the whole of government, the security cluster, its ministers, and its leadership. On record. I'm waiting to see what you're going to do about it. about the municipalities, daar's vir my gevra, Neil, ons het gepraat oor Lady Brand, ons het gepraat oor Welkom, Machibeng, en ons het gepraat oor Ermelo. En ek het gesê, ons gaan uitvind, op hierdie town for town toere, moet julle verseker weet, ons kom na Machibeng Welkom toe, ons kom na Ermelo toe, en ons kom Lady Brand toe. Ons het daai 3 gekies, want in ons tour laas jaar, in our tour last year, I physically went through these, and I found those municipalities, not municipalities anymore. They broken systems. A failed state. That's what they are. An imploded state. 'n Absolute staat wat gedisintegreer het in dienste, infrastruktuur, mensbehandeling en finansiële bestuur. Dit bestaan nie meer nie. So ons wou geweet het, Ermelo, Machibeng, dis nou Welkom, en Lady Brand. Ons wil weet, is daar enige veranderinge? So ons praat met Eugene, ons praat met Jacques, ons praat met die mense wat ons ken, ons wil weet. Want ons wil weet, want ons wil verandering hê, né? Ons het mos gestem laas jaar in Lady Brand, Machibeng en in Ermelo vir mense. Julle het hulle ingestem. You voted them in. And now, I'd like to see the changes. I'm telling you that in 1 year, those changes won't come. Now, I'm going to just leave it by asking, if in the municipalities you elected parties and things don't change, what are you going to do in 2024? Vote them in again. I don't get it. But we are not going to do the same thing again. People asking, what are we going to do about pensions? We can't do anything at local government level where we are now about pensions, but as the leader of a national political party, I can write, influence, put pressure and speak on your behalf. Because the people in this country that are receiving pensions, our senior citizens, have been let down by this country just like the military veterans. Ons pensionarisse in hierdie land. I'm embarrassed to even say that I'm a leader in this country on your behalf. Julle verdien baie meer. Baie meer. Ons senior citizens, ons mense wat die pad gestap het, ons moet sê ons is jammer, want ons misluk op hierdie oomblik. We let you down. Now look at me. For a long time in my youth, I was raised by my grandmother. Not my mom. My mom was working and my mom had to do a lot. Maar my ouma het na my gekyk. My ouma se naam was Salomina Himan van Tredoe. En my ouma het na my gekyk. So ek het 'n verskriklike verstandhouding met mense wat meer ouer as ek is, ons bejaardes, ons seniors, kinders en bejaardes is my lewe. Ons is nie reg met julle nie. Ons gaan dit regmaak. I'm telling you now, if we are where we need to be, we will fight for you, because we care. Julle kan nie kry wat julle kry op hierdie oomblik nie. So dit is my opinie. As petrol opgaan, gaan kos op. Now, my problem right now, there's no assistance from government to put the petrol price down. Ons kry my af nie. So we've got to fight, because when petrol goes up, food goes up. Don't they get it? Well, they don't, because they divorced from us. So I'm asking government this week again, what is your plan to ensure that there is the stifling of putting down the petrol cost by lowering the lumped taxes that you put on our petrol per litre? Wanneer hou dit op? Laat ons weet, né? I've been clear on BEE. No more BEE. BEE is reverse racism. BEE has brought us zero. Nothing. Niks. It's made a couple of people billionaires and it's made the rest poor. So BEE doesn't work. In my opinion, if we really do take BEE to court, I'd like to know what will be the outcome. So I am very clear. Ons sê nee, NEE, National Economic Empowerment, we don't agree with BEE. Glad nie. And if we get in government, you cannot take it from us. It's going to go. Because every single person in this country at this current moment needs empowerment. Not one sector that was 30 years ago, yes, rightfully deprived. But 3 decades have passed, ons moet 'n bietjie aanbeweeg, né? Almal het dit nodig. Everybody needs it. White, black, colored, Indian, it doesn't matter your race anymore. It must be about your capacity. So nee vir B, julle kan dit maar vat. My stance on foreigners, very clear. When you find an illegal foreigner in your city, it's too late. You should have stopped him at the bloody border. Okay, dis te laat. As die ou in Hillbrow sit, of hy sit in Seepunt, of hy sit in Kaapstad, of Bloemfontein, of PE, en hy's daar, jou Nigerian, jou Zimbabwean, jou Congolese, as hy daar is, nee, is te laat. Hy's oor die grens. Nou wil ons kom sanik en skree, omdat ons die foreigners uit ons stede wil hê, in plaas van om hulle te donder op die grens. So here's my analogy on foreigners illegal in this country. I am not going to even get into debate. Julle moet huis toe moer. Hoor my? You must go home. If you are in this country, and you're illegal in this country, in other words, you came over the border, want jy's 'n goeie swemmer, of jy betaal iemand, dan moet ons vir jou terugsit. Maar ons moet jou so terugsit, dat jy nooit weer terugkom nie. That's the law. So I'm not worried just about the illegal people in our country. I'm worried about how the hell are they getting in. You see, Mr. Minister, maybe that's what you should look at. Because when they in here, it's already too late. How the hell did they get in here? So it's not about xenophobia, Afrophobia, manophobia, skrikphobia. It's not about that. They're bloody illegal in the country. Get it? So if they are illegal in the country, they must get out of the country. I don't even and cannot imagine. Hoekom is daar 'n debat? Want as ek wil Engeland toe moet, dan moet ek sulke dokumente invul en soveel geld betaal, verskoon tog. Ek kan nie net deur swem en surf of kitesurf nie. Mense, daar's wette, daar moet wette en orde wees. Maar terwyl jy hierso by Beitbridge, ekskuus tog, jou 600 triljoen mense hier kan swem 6 biljoen hierdie kant oor. Want jou grens bestaan nie meer nie, want jou weermag bestaan nie meer nie, want jou dienste bestaan nie meer nie, want jou mannekrag bestaan nie meer nie, want jou leierskap bestaan nie meer nie. Dis hoe hulle oor die grens neek. Nou klap hulle. As hy sy voet oor hy rivier sit, looi hom. Sorry. What are you doing here? Now, not all of the people illegally in this country from Zim, Mozambique, Namibia, well, probably very little Namibians, but from DRC, Nigeria, those that are here, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Go home. We have our own problems. And our country, by the way, isn't the country that you fled to a couple of years because we are peaceful. Peaceful? 62 murders a day? Ek dink jy moet teruggaan. Dit gaan te lekker hier. Now, if you add value in this country, which some of them do, if you pay your taxes and you add to the South African standards of living, you're welcome. If not, go home. And if I am there, if I have a say, every single night, 1,000 of you will be arrested and taken back. Because you are not following the law. The law is easy. There's no debate, man. Nou sien ek daar sekere mense wat wil debatteer oor regte en Afrikanisme. Gaan Afrikanis in jou eie land, okay? Ons is openhartig, Suid-Afrikaans is altyd plesierig, die veld is vrolik, maar jy, wat nie mag hier wees nie, ons wil jou nie hê nie. Okay, now you can send those letters of hate and xenophobia. Ek voel niks. The law is the law. That's my opinion on illegal foreigners. The rest, you are very welcome. Namaste. Salam. goeiemiddag, good morning, molweni. Maar die res van julle, nou paspoort, nou letter, check. Julle moet waai. Hoor julle my? En ek wil vir die mense sê, julle te min trokke. You've got too little manpower, too little trucks. Call us. Call up a reserve force and we'll help you. Ons werk in die dag, maar in die aand kan ons saam met julle kom. Ons war veterans, né? Die regtes. Dan wil ek aankondig 'n goeie golfdag. Iemand het my gevra, ek hoor daar's 'n roemer vir 'n golfdag waar ek gaan speel. Dis in Johannesburg. Ek wil nou nie al die details uitgooi nie, but please watch this medium. We are having a corporate and a person's golf day, and yes, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in a 4-ball. Ek kan nie golf jol nie, maar ek gaan maar 'n biertjie saam met julle vat. So, very soon, details of a brilliant corporate fun golf day, and I'll be seeing you there personally. That should be a joke on its own. South Africa, then I was asked, where do we stand? Where do we stand? Waar staan die UIM met die Boerelegioen onder bevel van generaal Isak van Sail? En waar staan ek met 'n man met die naam van Devin Hofmeyer van die Bittereinderers? So hierdie twee vrae lyk my kom nou baie deur. What is the UIM's relationship with the Boerelegioen under command of General Isak van Sail, and what is our stance with the Bittereinderers under the lead with Devin Hofmeyer? Firstly, the relationship with the Boerelegioen is very, very much one of respect, one of understanding, and one of full support. I think it is clear. We've had discussions with Generaal van Sail, some of his command. I've had numerous meetings with the leadership, specifically with the general, and I can tell you that we have got 100% support, understanding, the vision, not the politics, because in actual fact in the Boerelegioen, there's no politics enshrined in the choice of assisting people in putting up structures, funny enough. So I bought in, I've debated, and I fully support the mission and the work of the Boerelegioen on sustainability of sorting out scenarios like self-defense, security, ensuring safety, looking after our women and children, and ensuring that we are always prepared to look at disasters that can come to this nation as a unity. I would love to one day see that the Boerelegioen, in a way, in every single town of this country, can prepare our people, all our people, to understand that safety and security starts at home, that the structures of protection of our businesses, of our people, must happen. And I can tell you, I've had meetings with many other structures, but I am and will always remain steadfast in the support of Generaal Isak van Sail. My viewpoint, my personal opinion, I've had 4 or 5 personal engagements, and I find him a very strategically educated man in the sense of his background, his strategy, and his mindset. So dis my opinie oor die Boerelegioen. En dan natuurlijk, yes, there is a fondness, there is a relationship between Neil de Beer of support, understanding to Devin Hofmeyer. That's it. I understand. I have supported Devin. I understand what the Bittereinderers are doing. I understand what drives people to go there and to support and protect the school, the rights of minorities, because other political entities don't do the same as the Bittereinderers. They actually cause the problem, and then you need Devin and the guys to go stand up for the minority rights. And sorry, that's just how it works. That's my opinion. The United Independent Movement have its own set of policies and understandings, its own constitution, but I can just tell you, in person, I'm undoubtedly a friend of Devin's. And I unequivocally understand and support when they have to go in and assist parents and children that seem to be oppressed and more sidelined, and that we are not going to have. We are not racially biased, but we're also not going to allow people to actually bend it the other side. So, julle het vir my gevra, wat is my opinie oor Devin en die bitter einder is, en hy is 'n vriend van my. He's a friend of mine, and I in many of occasions support him. So that's my opinion, my personal opinion. And then lastly, charity. South Africa, we are a charitable organization. We have last year done more than what we ever thought that we could do. And last year alone, for 48 weeks of the year, we fed communities in the Western Cape, and sorry, it was only the Western Cape because that's what we had. But we fed 5,000 people a week. We dropped 5 tons of food. It could be more. People that we fed and touched through more than 50 soup kitchens. The people are asking us, will that program within the winter months start again? Our answer is, if we get support, if we get enough support, we will obviously like to do it. So if you are a farmer within areas, if you are a business, if you are, for instance, in the Western Cape, in Cape Town, and you can support us, we have the people that supply us with the stock, in other words, the vegetables, and people like Donnie and Rudy have 2 farmers in the Western Cape have carried our program for more than 2 years. And to them, again, a word of gratitude and respect and love. We would like to start that program for winter again. We will be speaking to our officers, to the people that are in there, Stephen and Cindy and Jacques and the people, and see if we can revive, at least for the winter month, the soup program of donating those vegetables that we so did every Thursday of the week for more than 48 weeks. So come South Africa, let's see if there's suggestions. Write to us at info@uimsa.org and let's see what we can do. Baie dankie, dames en here. Ek dink ons het 'n klompie goed bespreek. We've spoken about quite a lot of stuff. Remember those emails? Shirizi has done that. She's put it up there for us. Stephen Dreyer, hello my friend. So I hope that you have a brilliant Wednesday further on. May God bless you. Have a good week. Hoop jy gaan God se rykste seën oor die res van die week kry. Paar belangrike goed het ons nou bespreek en daai goed, asseblief doen my 'n guns, as jy kan, like hierdie video nou. If you are on this video, you can just like it because it spreads it, people can see it, and most importantly, forward this. As ons nou klaar is, please like and share this live because we need to build our presence. We are not crossing the 19,000 mark. On the old page that was hacked, we were up to 87,000 people that liked and follow this page. We are only on 19,000. So I'm asking, please share, please forward, please link this site, this page with so many people so that we can get the word of the UIM to those at the end of the day that need it. Here seën julle. Remember, SA first, but God always number one. God bless. Bye-bye.